Well, this is as good as it gets, I say. We got a lovely ambient light, gotta say, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4 Thames barges out there on the estuary. So I'm thinking that the one that is out there, almost a silhouette, it looks like a steel hull vessel, and so it's a spritsail barge, and it's got that long pole on the front so it can carry extra sail. I think that I'm going to probably paint that one in the ambient light that we've got. The tide, I guess, is on its way back up. It's at its lowest, I think, right now. There is another Thames barge to the right. So I'm thinking that that is going to be pretty much my composition. A little bit of the headland of what I think is Whitstable Herne Bay Way. And yeah, so I'm going to get set up and we'll see what happens. Okay everybody, I don't know if you can hear this properly. I don't know what the audio is going to be like, but this morning I was filming on my Sony cameras, my A6400s, and no problem at all until 3/4 of the way through the film, I think. The sound system, which is a brand spanking new DJI mic system, compact system, beautiful system, just died. So I have no idea why. So that's going to have to go back. But so everything else today I hope you're going to get to see, and it's going to be on the GoPro, and hope that doesn't mess up. Anyway, I'm just going to get set up to do some sketching, I think. I'm just going to have a bit of fun. Nothing too serious. I wanted to turn away from that sun. The sun is very, very bright. The sun is over the back of my shoulder. Unfortunately, it's the wrong time of day to avoid the sun. The funny thing is that the other side of the Hart, which is just over there, is a nice place, and I was quite shady there. And this old boy turned up with his binoculars and his chair and said, "Oh, normally when I'm here, no one else is here." And I said, "Oh well, there you go then." And he opens up his chair and plonks it right in front of me. He says, "I'm not going to be in the way, am I?" "Of course you're not. I'll move then." "Oh, all right then," he said. "Oh, some people just can't make it up, can you?" Anyway, there you go. I'm just going to have a little play around and sketch something, and hopefully you guys will get to see it and enjoy it. And yeah, I have no idea what I'm going to do yet. I had a perfect position on another Thames barge over there, but I suppose I did that this morning, and I was going to do the seagulls, the black-headed gulls. I was photographing them earlier, and they were delightful because they were all around these little pools, these little rock pools here, feeding on invertebrates and pulling sort of bloodworms or whatever they are out of the mud. And it was great, and I thought, oh, I'll come back and I'll just sit and sketch them. Now they've all gone out towards the water, all gone to sleep. So that didn't work out too well either. Never mind. We shall see what we shall see, and we shall have some fun doing whatever, I'm sure. I do actually intend to change this whole system because it's really an oil painting setup for small panels, and I've adapted it for sketching on, which is fine, but I quite like the idea of having my watercolours up here and my water so laying pretty flat, and then having my panel, my paper or whatever on this side here, so I'm not sort of leaning over everything. Maybe, I don't know, we shall see. Down on the dirt, I think. got the sketchbook here. Typical. Oh, I think I have. Yes, bonus. There you go. One scrappy sketchbook for the use thereof. Oh, doesn't that paper look so bright when you get the sun on it? Never mind. Nice hills across the way there, coming down for a few buildings over on this side. A couple of very large farmhouses, I guess, perched on the side there. Maybe a little bit further over than I've allowed. Turn it down there a little bit more. And yeah, just going to put them in there, I think. A couple of large farmhouses, red roofs, nice white buildings, more trees around them as it goes off over there. And then we've got the bank, of course, on the opposite shore. Lots of mud over there too, as much as there is over here, I guess. And then we've got the estuary, which is looking like a narrow slit at this level, because I'm sitting right the way down, so I'm not seeing a great elevated view of the whole scene. And we've got the river that goes up towards Sheerness. I'm going to use this lovely brush from Rosemary, this lovely travel brush, get that wetted up. A little bit of this one, a little bit of burnt sienna. Okay, I'm just going to put sienna across here, like that. Just a suggestion of some lights in our sky in the form of some cloud forms. Honestly, you can't make them up, these things. They just squabble all day long. All I've heard, the predominant sound I've heard today, apart from a digger behind me, is these birds just arguing amongst themselves over territory. There you go. Now the sun is drying us very, very fast, so we have to be a little more careful as to my washes and what I'm doing. I'm going to put a little bit of cerulean blue into that blue. I'm just going to come in and dab it in places, because we've got lovely clouds all over here, but we've just got these lovely little patches of blue sky just popping through them here and there. just nice sitting out here, you know. I mean, we all get ensconced in our studios, and you know, we sort of just while away the day painting, and that's great, fantastic. I love nothing more than that, to be truthful, to be fair. It's always a nice way because you've got everything there, everything on hand. It's a little bit when you're out and about like this that things can become a bit more troublesome. Cameras don't work, audio doesn't work, something goes wrong, and yeah, so it can be a bit of a pain. But when it comes to this, when it comes to sitting here, minding my own business, talking to you guys, I love it, because you know, it's just a real treat to be able to sit here and do that. If I can get a word in edgeways with all these seagulls that are having a bit of a go at each other. Very nicely for just suggesting all this information back over on this hillside. Lots of little bits up to the top and along, little areas of trees along the very top of them, something like that. And I'm not trying to be exact, to be fair. I'm not worried if I get all the trees and all the fields in the right places. It's a very generalized suggestion of the scene. Down here with a bit more information. So now then, this boat here is white. It's got a lot of red in it, and the red is in the form of a dirty Indian red, so I'm going to put that in. So we've got the mast, and we've got a shape around the top of our boat, and then there's something on the back end of it. So that puts that in place, but I want it a little darker now. I'm going to add a little bit of indigo, make that a little darker. Certainly on here, gives that a bit more substance, and the same on there. And you'll see one on painting darks, mixing darks, so hopefully you can take a look at that. I'll put a link in the description, or actually on the top of the screen to one side, and you can get an idea. You can pop over there and just have a look at it and get something from it, and learn how, with the colours that I use, how I mix my darks values up. So it might well help you out. I hope it does anyway. Alright, I'm going to come in with a dark now. This is a warmer dark, so I'm using the Sienna and the Indigo for this job. I'm just going to come in and put in a very dark hull of the barge. Now, it's not being shown all because you've got the bank, and I've got the top of the barge coming up, trying to leave a little bit of white just there, so I can see that. And that's where the barge is just sitting. Okay, and what's left to do? Well, pretty much nothing. We've done most of it. What we have got to do is mix up our mud. So I'm going to use this grunge in here. Call it grunge, it's what it is. Mix into it a little bit of my red ochres, even a bit of that. Just mix the whole lot together and just run that through. Now, what I want to try and achieve though is I've got that nice dark on the edge of the mud. As we come this way, there are little rock pools, there are little pools of water that the birds have been in and out of all day long feeding, and they're just puddles, channels, little eddies of the way the water gets back from the shoreline to the estuary. And I just want to suggest those, and it's a great way, as we did this morning in the painting, it's a great way of suggesting directional lines. You can push people's eye around by doing this sort of thing, and you can create these puddles in a way that, you know, you make them look in a certain direction. That's what I'm trying to get to. But yes, lots of little puddles, lots of little shapes and forms within this area. You've got the hard here. You can't really see too many on this side because of my shallow angle to them. They are actually not able to be seen. I can't believe that wind is getting up so much. It may well affect the audio now, if it hasn't already. If it has, I do apologise. I really am not in a position to do anything about that. So you can either listen to it with the wind howling, or you can switch off if you wish. Anyway, there you go. Right, so we've got that in there. I'm going to come in a little bit more down through here on the side of the hard, a little bit more water in places. Take that right about through there. You can see a little bit of colour coming down the centre of the hard through here. And we've got to put this lady that was walking, she's almost silhouetted, so I'm not going to do too much more than continue that idea of a silhouette of a person walking up with a dog. There you go, and one dog and another dog, there we go.